Talk to us about what the emphasis was in practice. Looked like your post players were much more deliberate and stronger with the ball.
Um, Coming into this game, we want to make a concerted effort to get the ball to our post players and for them to feel uh, the smothering of the tagging defense. I don't think they smothered as much as what we've seen over the past couple of games, but it was enough for us to have some success in staying strong and being deliberate and embracing whatever space that they gave us and pivoting through it.
Greg, and then we'll go to Dick Cox, please.
Don, it seemed like much better ball movement today, 21 assists. How pleased were you with that? And what do you do in practice to kind of encourage that?
I mean, we just make it an emphasis. When we have very little ball movement, last game we played, I mean, it was easy to see where we could have gotten better. You know, and I take my hat off to our players because they didn't fight it. I think they really understood what needed to happen in order for us to get back to playing our style of play. And I was happy for us because everybody, you know, we shared the ball. Everybody, you know, put themselves in a great position to score. I mean, it had to feel much better because of the offensive flow. I thought we reverted back a little bit in the fourth quarter, and we got to figure out how to just finish people off, and that's us coaches to keep them disciplined to playing that style of basketball.
Dick, and then we'll go to Joe.
Coach, can you talk about your team just seemed really aggressive on offense tonight? The other night, it looked like they were thinking before they shot, but today it looked like that they immediately put the shot up and they were going in too.
Yes, I mean that's what flow is. Offensive flow is the ball should find who should shoot it. And I thought a lot of times that we played that way for the most part. We played that way, and you know some players who haven't had efficient nights playing a game found a way to be efficient, and that's what we want. We want them putting themselves in a position where they're taking rhythm shots. When we're in rhythm, if any team is in rhythm, it's a high possibility that they're going to make shots. And I thought for us, we had our three ball going. We had just good flow. I thought we simplified the offense and we forced our players to reverse the ball. And because of that, we found ourselves getting pretty much any kind of shot that we wanted, inside or out or mid range.
Joe, and then we'll go to Greg.
Hi, Coach. Congratulations on the win. How would you describe the last couple days of practice and then the team's resolve today to really buy into what they need to do to be successful and come out with a victory?
I mean, we have had more focused practices the last couple days, and rightfully so. Our players just embraced it. I think they really understand how we need to play and what they need to do in order for us to win. You know, any style that's being played out there. I think we need to make people adjust to us and not adjust so much to how they're playing. I mean, it felt great. It felt great to know that our players had that, you know, that laser focus to bear down and complete the task because, you know, this was a hard game. It was not an easy game. Coming here, you know, I think it was helpful that they couldn't have the amount of fans that they usually have in here for us to play against them and the energy and the atmosphere that they usually play in here. So, you know, it's probably equally impacted them like it impacted us playing in the Colonial Life Arena.
Greg, and then Keith.
Don, you mentioned the three-pointer, 3 of them today, or 13 of them today. Was that part of the game plan going in, knowing that they were going to probably collapse inside, or was that just kind of how the game unfolded?
Well, it was kind of how the game unfolded. You know, we knew that they were going to, you know, have 5 sets of feet in the paint. What we wanted to do is come in and then create some rhythm. And whatever shot that is supposed to be taken, the ball will find who should shoot it. And fortunately for us, when we got our feet set, when we're calculating and got ball movement and we reverse the ball a few times, that's what opens up for us. So I'm happy about that, but the fourth quarter took me back, a few days ago, and we just have to put a complete 40 minutes together. And our players are processing that. They're processing, is that a good shot? Is that a bad shot? And that's a valid question. And those are questions in which I love and embrace and encourage, because that that's an appetite for learning. And that's what we're here for, is to teach them how to actually not just play the game, to master the game.
Mitch, and then we'll go to Tommy Birch.
Coach, obviously you guys shot better from three today. You said the offense was flowing. You guys were able to find open threes. It's not like you didn't have open threes the last game. Was it just charging into the game and them not falling, or did the players take that personally and say that they're going to shoot better today?
I mean, it's a little bit of both. I mean, players, we have elite players, and they want to play and they want to perform. They want to show that they've worked on their games. They take offense to people playing 10 feet off of them, just like, last year they did it to Ty. Ty experienced that. So they want to prove that the defenders is very wrong. And it shakes your confidence a little bit. So I think you got a little bit of players wanting to prove that they can shoot. And then you have us coaches who are saying, we don't mind your shooting. We just mind when you're shooting. And if it's unexpected, we can't rebound the basketball. Let us find some flow. Let us find some flow for you. And that's what we did. I thought we made some adjustments to our offenses that it simplified things, and things just opened up a little bit better for us. And then we could see the shots come at us rather than trying to force them.
Tommy, and then Keith.
I was wondering what your impressions of Ashley Jones from Iowa State were.
She's a hard guard. I mean, a really hard guard. We knew that coming into the game, and to see her operate just up close is incredible. I mean, she's savvy with the basketball. I mean, she's selfless as well. I know she scores a lot of points, but she's selfless. She puts her teammates in positions to score when she has the ball, when she doesn't have the ball, because your defense is magnetic to her, and then she forces people to overhelp, and she creates getting ahead of the possession with or without the ball, and not a lot of players are able to do that to defenses.
Keith, and then to Dick.
Hey, Coach, talk to us about Anaya Russell. Looked like she kind of came in and sparked you guys and had some really good minutes in the first half, and then solid in the second half. She keeps coming. And then Destiny Littleton looks like she's moving along a little bit as well.
I thought Anaya Russell came in, was ready. I know she sat for I think the entire first quarter, and then we got a chance to get her in the second quarter, and she came out just really giving us a boost. I mean, she's a great offensive player. She's got a pretty good skill set in which she can shoot it, she can get to the rim, she can pass it. Her defense is getting a lot better, and it has to get a lot better, because I just think that she has the ability to do it. She's long, she's athletic. She has to bring what she brings to the defense side of the ball that she brings offensively.
Dick, and then we'll close it out with Greg.
Dawn, nobody likes to lose, but do you think that the loss last game could be a blessing in disguise by taking the pressure off a young team and maybe helping them to refocus?
Now that I'm 72 hours removed from it, yes, but I don't think it's good for your health to lose that way and have to experience that over and over again. But I think just having to come back and play a formidable opponent like Iowa State, it helps. It helps to refocus, recalibrate, and get our players focused. Because if it was, someone that, we knew we were going to win because we're just going to out-talent someone, the lessons are probably a little bit harder. But here, they locked in and they were ready to rock and roll. And I was really proud of our team for responding in that way. and hopefully, they can, have a couple of days off and get those finals under their belts, and then we'll get back to play, our last non-conference game, which is Temple University.
And last question to Greg.
Don, it seemed like Iowa State was maybe burning you a little bit early with some of those backdoor cuts. What adjustments did you have to make on defense?
Well, we actually, were playing them to backdoor cut us. And unfortunately, but fortunately for them, they were able to just thread the needle. I mean, some of those passes were incredible, like out of the reach of the defender and only the offensive player could get to it. We wanted to deny them reversing the ball. So if you do that, the counter is to go back door. Our help wasn't in position. So, so we had to abandon that and just go to keeping them in front of us, maybe allowing them to catch. And then we're just there on the catch and just standing between them and the basket. And it worked for the most part, but you are going to give up some other stuff when you have to play that way.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Coach.
Tom.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all.